take a breath. Right now, wherever you are, whatever you're going through, this message is for you. Not for the crowd, not for validation, not for applause, for you. Because there comes a point in life where you realize something powerful. If you don't fight for yourself, nobody else will. And that's not meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up. You see, nobody talks enough about how lonely self-belief can feel. Nobody warns you about the quiet nights, the moments where you question everything, the moments where it feels like you're running forward while the world stands still. But those moments are where champions are built. Not when it's easy, not when you're motivated, not when things are going your way, but when it's hard, when you're tired, when you feel unseen, and you choose to keep going anyway. That's what doing it for yourself really means. Doing it for yourself means showing up even when the results haven't shown up yet. It means staying disciplined when motivation disappears. It means honoring the promises you made in silence. Because nobody claps for consistency, nobody celebrates effort. They only celebrate outcomes. But outcomes are built in the dark. Let me tell you something real. There will be days where you feel behind, days where you feel like you started too late, days where you wonder if you're wasting your time. Those thoughts don't mean you're weak. They mean you're human. The difference is what you do after those thoughts show up. Do you quit or do you push? Because every single person who ever became something more had moments where quitting made sense, but they didn't quit. They kept pushing when nobody was watching. They kept going when progress felt invisible. They kept believing when doubt was louder than faith. And that's what separates average from exceptional. You don't need anyone to believe in you. You need you to believe in you. You need to become the person who keeps showing up even when no one is cheering, even when no one understands the vision, even when the results don't match the effort yet. Because let me be clear, your effort is never wasted. Every rep you do, every late night, every early morning, every sacrifice, it's all building something inside you. Strength, resilience, confidence. And one day, that inner work becomes visible. But only if you don't stop. There's a reason life tests you when you're close to leveling up. There's a reason resistance shows up when you're on the right path. Pressure creates growth. Discomfort creates change. Struggle creates strength. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But everyone isn't meant to win. Only those who refuse to quit on themselves. And listen carefully to this part. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to feel tired. You are allowed to feel frustrated. But you are not allowed to give up on yourself. Not after everything you've been through. Not after every obstacle you survived. Not after every version of you that kept going when it would have been easier to stop. You owe it to that version of you to keep pushing, because future you is watching. Future you is counting on the decisions you make today, the discipline you choose today, the mindset you build today. And future you will either thank you or wish you didn't quit. So ask yourself this honestly. Are you willing to be uncomfortable now so you don't live with regret later? Are you willing to push through the pain so you don't stay stuck in the same place forever? Because staying the same hurts too. Regret hurts more. And you already know what quitting feels like. You felt it before. That empty feeling, that disappointment, that voice saying, I should have kept going. You don't need to feel that again. You need to prove something, not to the world, but to yourself. You need to become undeniable, not loud, not arrogant, just consistent, day by day, step by step, rep by rep. You don't need motivation every day. You need discipline. Motivation fades, discipline stays. And discipline is built by doing the hard thing even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Because confidence doesn't come from success. Success comes from confidence built through action. Action despite fear. Action despite doubt. Action despite exhaustion. That's how you grow. That's how you separate yourself. And let me say this clearly. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. as long as you don't stop. Your timeline is your timeline. Your journey is your journey. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Focus on your lane, your process, your growth. Comparison will steal your momentum faster than failure ever could. Instead, compete with who you were yesterday. Be a little better today, a little stronger today, a little more disciplined today. That's how you win long term. And understand this, the people who make it aren't special. They're just relentless. They get knocked down and get back up. They fail and keep going. They doubt themselves and still show up. They don't wait to feel ready. They move forward anyway. So if you're waiting for the perfect moment, if you're waiting to feel confident, if you're waiting for approval, stop waiting. Start now. Start tired. Start scared. Start unsure. Just start. Because momentum is built through movement. And once you start moving, once you keep pushing, once you refuse to quit, something shifts. You start to trust yourself again. You start to believe again. You start to see progress. And that progress fuels more progress. But it only happens if you don't give up. So when it gets hard, and it will, remember why you started. Remember the frustration. Remember the hunger. Remember the version of you that said, I want more. Honor that version. Do it for yourself, not for likes, not for followers, not for validation. Do it because you deserve the life you're working toward. Do it because you're capable of more than you've shown so far. Do it because quitting isn't an option anymore. You didn't come this far to stop now. You came this far to prove something. And the only person you need to prove it to is the one looking back at you in the mirror. So keep pushing. Even when it's hard. Even when it's slow. Even when nobody sees it yet. Your time is coming. As long as you don't give up on yourself.